Ganz, ganz wichtig. Man kann eine falsche Handlung nicht an jemand anderen delegieren und sie so zu einer richtigen Handlung machen. Man kann eine falsche Handlung auch nicht zu einer richtigen Handlung machen, wenn die Mehrheit für sie entscheidet. Eine falsche Handlung bleibt falsch, egal wer sie begeht oder unter welchen Vorwänden sie begangen wird. Dazu ein kleiner Filmausschnitt.
Let me see if I understand your position. Basically, would you say that it's wrong for the citizens to initiate physical force against other citizens like an armed robber does?
Unless we permit
But
that
it's okay
by law.
it's okay for the government to do so.
Because the government has been authorized by the people.
Okay, but if the government authorized armed robbers to do it, it would be okay?
If the government is that foolish to do so, I don't know what kind of country that would be, but that's legal, and if it's constitutional, so be it.
But would you think that that's moral for individuals to be
Me?
empowered to,
Oh, no.
to rob their fellow citizens?
I don't think so.
So that would be wrong. So
I
basically,
would think so, it's wrong.
okay, so you think that it's wrong for a citizen, an individual citizen, to initiate force against others to deprive them of their property, but it's okay for the government to do it if the
It's
majority
not-
has
it is-
elected
it is
that government to.
okay, It is okay if the government is authorized to do so. The government is authorized to levy taxes, and the authorization comes from the people through their representatives. Now, if the people through their representatives say no taxes, everything be charity, so be it.
Okay, so you would say that all legitimate governmental power is derived from the people?
That's the way it is in our Constitution.
Do the individual citizens have the right to initiate physical force against other citizens that have not initiated or threatened to initiate force against anybody and haven't violated anybody's property rights?
They cannot do that because they are not authorized to do so under the
Right.
law.
So individual citizens don't have that right. If they don't have the right to initiate physical force against other citizens, could they have properly delegated that right to the government?
Oh, yes. They do so right now.
Can you properly delegate a right that you do not have?
You can give the right to their representatives to make laws that will authorize or make prohibitive certain activities.
So you think that you can
Oh,
delegate a
absolutely.
right that you don't have? You can properly delegate a right that you don't have?
You cannot tax your neighbor, but you can authorize me as your senator to vote for a program that will tax your neighbor.
Okay, so if you say that a person can properly delegate a right that they do not have. Is that correct?
Under your distorted argument, yes.
Okay, well, I don't have
Rather
the right to
torture.
I don't have the right to use your home in Hawaii, right? But could I delegate that right to some of my friends?
No way.
Right, so you really can't delegate a right that you don't have. You have to have the right in order to delegate
We're
it,
talking
right?
about the government here.
Right, but you agreed that the individuals do not have
But
the right.
you can authorize the government
Right, but did
to
you
take
agree?
over my residence.
Okay, but did you agree that the individuals did not have the right to initiate force against the other individuals? They don't have that right.
No.
So
Although
then,
some people think they do.
then they could not have delegated that right if they didn't have it.
They would delegate authority to us, their representatives, to make laws in their best interest.
So even if they don't have the right, they can delegate it to somebody else.
To make laws that might
Right.
do that.
So then you think that you can actually delegate a right that you do not have.
I don't know why you use this tortured route.
Well,
You know what I'm saying.
well, I'm trying. Interesting to me how it is that the agent can have more power than the principal. If the principals are the people, and the source comes from the people, and the individuals do not have the right to initiate force against others, I would
As
suppose.
individuals.
Well, if they get together, then all of a sudden they have the right?
If they authorize the government to do so, yes.
Well, if
If
nobody...
they authorize the government to enter into a war and kill people, that's a right.
Well, where does this right come from if it doesn't come from the people?
The people through the Constitution.
Well, the Constitution was made by the people, right?
That's right.
So then, the people are the source of all legitimate power. So if the people did not have the right to initiate physical force against anybody, then
You know, I
the
don't know
government
where, I don't
cannot
know where
have...
we're getting, you know.
Well, it seems like there's a contradiction there as far as if you say that all legitimate governmental powers derive from the people. You agree that the individual citizens do not have the right to initiate force against other citizens, then it would seem clear that they cannot delegate that right to the
Why don't we
government.
just leave it this way? We disagree.
Egal was eine Bevölkerung glaubt, das Naturrecht bleibt immer bestehen und ist eine ewige Wahrheit. Es spielt keine Rolle, wie viele Menschen glauben, dass man eine falsche Handlung zu einer richtigen umbenennen kann. Das wird an der Realität nichts ändern. Menschen können nur glauben, dass ihre Behauptung, das Falsche sei doch richtig, stimmt, aber es wird nie magisch so sein. Dennoch glauben die meisten Menschen, dass es für sie möglich ist, Rechte zu erfinden und Rechte zu delegieren, die sie nicht haben, beziehungsweise Rechte zu nehmen, die sie nicht wegnehmen dürfen. Eine Hilfe ist immer, sich als Denkmodell eine Welt mit nur 2 Menschen oder eben sehr wenigen Menschen vorzustellen, um herauszufinden, ob eine Handlung dem Naturrecht entspricht oder nicht. Denn es ändert sich nichts an diesen Regeln, egal ob 2 Menschen miteinander koexistieren und interagieren oder 7 Milliarden. Schauen wir uns ein paar Beispiele an. Besteuerung ist die Behauptung einer Gruppe Menschen, die sich Regierung nennt, dass sie das Recht hätte, einen willkürlich festgelegten Prozentanteil des Arbeitsertrags, also des Besitzes, einer Person zu konfiszieren, egal ob diese Person damit einverstanden ist oder nicht. Besteuerung wird mit der Drohung von